Looks like our mod god super confident in my ability to shut up for like 2 minutes. I am unmuted. Oh, I love this for us. Yes, I'm still laughing about that. And I even warned them. I even told them I am so on one today, which is very tidy because today is the live recording of Wisdom in the Weave. It's the podcast that the Unbound Witches of the Resource Project get together and talk about all things magic related, really, and our practice related. It's an open Q&A, and it is so much fun. And today we're going to be talking about manifestation and the ways that our social conditioning influence our ability to manifest what we actually want. And I cannot wait to talk to all of you about it. I've been sitting here thinking about it a lot, and I think that it's interesting that we are going to be talking about this on the new moon in Taurus. And so, yeah. That being said, good morning, witches. Are you ready to do a divination ceremony to find out where our attention needs to be today to bring the most expansion in our relationship with our life and our practice? Very specifically, this divination ceremony is specially curated for neurodivergent, black sheep, cycle breaking weirdos, witches. And you don't have to identify as a witch to participate in this divination ceremony. You just have to identify as curious. Feel free to ask any questions that you might have as I go along. There's plenty of witches in the chat that can answer your questions or direct you to where you can get additional information. 9 times out of 10, they're going to direct you to the free public community app space that we have for our international community of neurodivergent magical practitioners that are working together to create systems of mutual aid. And. I probably don't need more coffee. No. As soon as I like swallowed it, I'm like, That being said, let's do this. I'm going to start by taking 3 deep breaths, and then I'm going to do what I do to get my system prepared for divination. I am all fired up, so this might take a little while. I'm going to like dive into it a little bit more than usual because of that. Yeah. What Morgana said in the comments, but the coffee is delicious. Morgana makes this like brown sugar coffee syrup, and it is so delicious. She uses this vanilla that she started years and years and years ago. We have so much vanilla, by the way, at Weirdbrook, but she uses that in anyway. So I blame Morgana for this as well. My like issue with coffee right now. All right. Okay. Helvy. I would like to respond to Helvy's comment first before I get into it. Helvy says, I have something weird going on with my hands. I have a lot of pain. Even shuffling my deck is painful. As someone with hypermobile Ehlers-Danlos syndrome, I feel ya. I really do. It's one of the reasons why I go so slowly when I shuffle my deck is because my hands are so unpredictable, and sometimes it is really painful. I can't even hold on to my deck. Um, there are so many different ways of shuffling cards or mixing cards. If you kind of scale out and ask yourself instead, uh, what are the different ways that I can mix my cards? Because that's what you're trying to do when you're shuffling is to mix them. I love putting them on the ground in front of me and shuffling them by swirling them about and then drawing cards that way, right? It doesn't hurt my hands when I do it like that. Where there's a witch, there's a way, right? If there's one thing that that we are, it's tenacious. We're going to find a way to make it happen. It helps you get a deeper relationship with your cards as well. Okay. Okay. Here we go. All right. 3 deep breaths. I'm going to do this, you do that, and we'll meet together and we'll pull some cards. Basically. Stim if you need to. Oh, I'm so crunchy. I'm so crunchy because I've been working outside on the homestead all week long. Doing inhuman stuff. Okay. I humbly invite all that is fire within this system to witness this working. And if alignment is found, may you choose to bless this flow. I humbly invite all that is air within this system to witness this working. And if alignment is found, may you choose to bless this flow. I humbly invite all that is earth within this system to witness this working. And if alignment is found, may you choose to bless this flow. I humbly invite all that is water within this system to witness this working. And if alignment is found, may you choose to bless this flow. I beckon to this system. May we now align as one. For my cousins are the elements, and so the moon and sun. I call to those who love me. You are welcome in this space, for our nature is united, sharing magic, life, and grace. Now we make a declaration of intention. I choose now, in this moment, to align with my whole self, to pull the book that tells my story from its place upon the shelf. I enter now this circle made of trust and hope and power, and I show up for my practice in this place and at this hour. Because I am home. Okay. I'm going to put the incense out because it's a very small room. So we are asking, where does our attention need to be today in order to bring the most expansion in our relationship with our life and our practice? Hi, Michelle. Okay. Ooh, see, I almost dropped my deck right there. Making it rain spooky style. Cards going everywhere. And then one more time. Okay, this is a 2-card draw. Card on the top answers our question. Card on the bottom is telling us what we're in resistance to or in denial of that's actually blocking our flow. Since I have to be careful about the words that I use. Okay. The Page of Pentacles reversed. So this is a card. I'm going to read that prompt so that I don't influence your initial interpretation of what this card is. Okay. It might be time to step back and give yourself a moment to clear your mind. Are you feeling overwhelmed? Maybe you're sick of the monotony of daily life. You can easily be drawn to other areas right now, so try to narrow your focus. Don't make quick decisions that you might regret, especially with relationships or finances. And the upright, because it's about the whole card. The Page of Pentacles is a welcome message of new beginnings. A new job, new business, bountiful finances, or more may be incoming. Now is the best time to begin to develop a new skill or entrepreneurial venture. Go forward with focused intention and hard work, and you'll see your dreams come to fruition. Well, well, well. Okay, so brew on that. What does that mean to you? Look at all of you with the swords. Ooh, wow. Just kidding. Okay. All right. All right. Are you ready? Oh, what did I pull? I pulled the Page of Pentacles reversed. I love that your cats were getting involved. Okay. Actually, this feels much better. Actually, as long as I'm not getting a reflection on the lenses, right? Okay. I'm trying to like filter down what is coming through. This feels like, which is totally great because of today being the new moon, uh, and so focused in like manifestation. This feels like um, almost a be mindful of the net, how big the net you cast is, right? And like the direction you cast your net. Because because and I've said this before, we talk about manifestation all the time, right? I'm gonna manifest the life of my dreams. I'm gonna manifest this, but we don't talk about how much work manifestation actually is to harvest. Harvest meaning, do something with what you have brought in. You could bring in and it'll just, like, fizzle out, and, if you have nothing left within you to actually, um, do something with the thing that you manifested, like, that's the downside to wishing for everything. When you wish for everything, or many different things, how do you, like, choose where to invest your attention? So, this is a moment that you're about to cast your net, right? New opportunities, new, like, business venture, new relationship, new something, right? That has to do with, um, like, what you want. It has to do with relationships and finances, really, right? So, if you could have anything, what do you really want? Right? So before you cast that net, just pause and think a moment about and like question your motivations, right? So many of our like knee-jerk motivations are rooted in our social conditioning, right? Our knee-jerk motivation when we're asked, like, what do you want? Is money. I want to win the lottery, right? I want a, great big house with a big property. And we don't think about like what I was talking about yesterday, what it takes to actually be responsible for all of that. It's very expensive. It further entrenches you in the very thing that you don't want. That's why you're not getting it because that's not actually what you want, right? You're not actually aligned with that and you know it. So this is like, what do you actually want? And I love the question that I was talking about yesterday of if you had your basic needs met, housing, healthcare, food, and community, what would you do with your time? What would you invest your time in? Right? And when you ask yourself questions like that, what you're doing is you're removing your indoctrination under capitalism and patriarchy out of the equation and or more so out of the equation and looking at like it takes you out of the how do I manifest a way to make money? Right? We want to get out of that. How do I manifest the life of my dreams? Okay. You can want the house and yard. There's nothing wrong with that at all. This is Helvy, I'm gonna use you as an example, but this is very gentle. Okay. You can have the house and yard. That is a very focused net, right? You're saying, I want this. It's when we do things like I want the house and yard. I want to do it all by myself. I want a car that is like blah, blah, blah. I want, it's when we cast the net really big that is problematic. And it's only problematic because it's setting us up for kind of failure because it's too much. We can't, what are we going to do with that? How are we going to maintain that like responsibility? So, yeah, you can want a house and yard. In fact, one of my favorite, I'll probably talk about this in the podcast actually. All of my favorite manifestation like techniques. And I actually was looking back into my book of shadows the other day when Silver was here and I was sharing some of my like poetry that I've written over the years. And I saw one of my old entries, which I did not date, by the way. This is why I'm so on everyone about dating your like entries. And I had done that, the manifestation bubble, like what we were talking about yesterday, 3 different wishes and what all, so I wrote in the middle what I want to do with my life, and then I broke it all out. That means this and 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 this. And I looked at that grid and I right now have everything that is on that list, on that thing. The only thing I'm missing is a deep bathtub. That's the only thing on this big, huge map that I haven't manifested in the last 2 years. So it's, anyway, come to the podcast if you want to hear some of my favorite manifestation techniques. All right. Now we got to look at what we're in resistance to or in denial of that is blocking or influencing our ability to actually see clearly when it comes to that manifestation stuff. The Ace of Pentacles. You guys like dialed this reading all the way in today. All right, so I'm going to read directly from the card. Okay, keep in mind as I'm reading this, you are resistant to this. You are in denial of the fact that this is going on in some way, okay? A cycle is about to begin anew, and since the Pentacle suit deals in all things material, this reset could present itself in the form of a new career, better health, or something in that vein. Whatever is coming will bring great abundance. Be sure that you are prepared to harvest the gift of the Pentacles once it arrives. I swear to God, it says that, guys. Look at the card. I swear it says that. Okay, and so I'm going to read the reverse as well, about the whole card. You may be looking at some difficult financial times ahead, or perhaps some elusive opportunities. Steer clear of any financial risks. Think carefully before jumping into anything, especially on prospects of monetary gain, as it may just be an illusion that could lead to your downfall. You know, I'm trying not to influence your interpretation of this card, your initial interpretation of this card. It's really hard, though, to not. Because I already freaking said it. I already said this. This is exactly what I said before. Right? That how do you narrow it down? How do you narrow it down of what do you really want? What do you really want? It's like that question is so repeated, and it's really important, right? What if this is a collective working, that the more each of us does this work of defining what we actually want, what we're doing is feeding into this collective spell. Because I promise you, I guarantee it from my experience of interacting with hundreds of thousands of witches all over the world, specifically neurodivergent witches, I promise you that what you're wanting is, it's this collective vision that we all seem to have. It's this return to a more connected way of living, uh, a return to community, a return to uh, engaging in actively participating in the systems of the natural world, right? You feel that call back, that call to run off into the woods and to grow your own food and to learn wild harvesting. And it's such a common collective dream, right? And when you look at, like I've said, we're a lot more connected than we have been made to believe. And so if we each do this work, we are all doing this work. Do you see? So, yeah, everything about this. Okay, so which work for the day? What do you want? What do you want? What do you want? Because it's not what you're doing right now, is it? Not quite. Like for some of us, it's pretty freaking dialed in. But at least for me, right? I've got my system pretty dialed in, but we are a lot more connected than you have been made to believe. I will not stop until every witch that I engage with is able to have the same thing that I have, right? And there's a lot of facets to why I'm like this. But like I'm only just now towing the threshold of cronehood, only just now, and I already have everything I've ever wanted. I want to see what I'm capable of, right? Not only that, I want to see what I'm capable of with what I know to be true. And I know in my bones that the work that we're doing in repairing our relationship with our lives and each other is the key to that, to making massive, big change, right? I got nothing else to do but to like do this. I want to see what we're capable of. I want to see what we can do when we like show the fuck up. So most of my manifestation workings now are related to the witches that I support. I am encouraging and inspiring to do the thing, whatever that thing is, because we need you. All right. That's the reading for the day. So let's close out this working. If you want to continue this conversation and get more perspectives on manifestation and what manifestation work is and how to do manifestation as a neurodivergent black sheep cycle breaking magical practitioner, come to the live recording of Wisdom in the Weave in like an hour and a half, I think. I think it's in an hour and a half. So, all right, if you're like, yeah, that sounds awesome. I really want to do that. The way to get there is you can subscribe to the YouTube channel, or you can come into the and. This is an and, not an or. You should come into the app that we created. Bunch of neurodivergent witches created a community app space where we can connect and set up systems of mutual aid and exchange information. And there's a small tab at the bottom of your screen, and you'll be able that says events, and you can actually RSVP to all of the events that we do, which are a lot. Because again, we're doing a thing. We want to see how far we can go. The live recording of the podcast is an open Q&A, so you can come there and ask questions, and it will be amazing. A girl with peony, I love questions. You can ask a question here. If you want more perspectives from other witches as well, you can come back in an hour and a half, and we're going to be doing a live Q&A. So, or you can come into the app space that we built and ask the question in there and be able to connect with witches all over the world. It's pretty great. All right. I love that you guys just got to see what happens when you give an autistic mystic a large social media platform and a microphone with raging ADHD. This is fun. I love this. I love doing this with you guys. I should go so I can give my system time to transition before we do the podcast. Hand on your heart, take a deep breath. This working is now closing, but the magic has just begun. I humbly thank the elements and both the moon and sun. To all who chose to bless this flow, I now sincerely thank you. May our practice be expansive and our course be clear and true. All right, witches. Until I see you again, if you can't be good at it. Goodbye.